Hey there, it's Daven Michaels, and today we're in Orange County. I'm with my great friend Bill McIntosh.
Hey.
And it's a little chilly out here, so we're going to keep this brief, but I thought I'd take a few minutes to introduce you to another one of our members at the Mastery Retreat. And quite often we talk about, why Mastermind, so on and so forth, but honestly, if you've gotten to this point, if you're seeing this video, you probably already know and see the value and the benefits to being involved in a mastermind and a retreat and rubbing shoulders with really happening business people. So, Bill, I just want to talk to you about some of the things that, they're coming for us. We're in charge. No, just kidding.
Right.
You're right. Bill, you and I became friends probably about 7 years ago. And at the time, you'd come out of sort of the regular business world, and you'd had some great successes already, and you decided that you wanted to be an internet marketer.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I did
yeah,
that.
I know, exactly. But so tell me a little bit, before you got into the internet marketing world, a little bit about your business experience, what you were doing, what have you.
So I've been involved in all kinds of stuff, from importing pets and tropical fish from all over the world to I even had a pet store at one point, to publishing, both digital kind of tabloid magazines, to direct response marketing. I did all kinds of stuff.
You did a lot of stuff. Today we were talking about one of your offers. It's like a low cost offer that you've had running for years, and it's like a $10 a month offer. Yep. But how big is that list today? Like $750,000 or something?
Oh no, it's a few million.
A few million. Oh my gosh, crazy. And then you decide, hey, I want to be an internet marketer, and maybe some of that maybe ego. Maybe.
No.
Or it just seemed like something fun and different.
Well, yeah, it was fun. Well, when it came to like the whole teaching people internet marketing angle, that was fun. I can't lie, I do like the attention.
It's fun, yeah.
But
fun.
But at the same time, it's fun teaching other people to sort of elevate them to when you see things, you can help them improve, and they build a great business. It's cool.
Absolutely. I think one of the most empowering things I've ever experienced in my life is teaching others. Right?
Absolutely.
Not that this has anything to do with me, but one of the books I'm writing right now is called The Guru Master, and it's all about the relationship between mentor and mentee, and everybody thinks in that relationship that it's always the mentee that gets the benefit, but I believe the mentor gets just as much, if not more, from the relationship.
I would agree.
Right? Yeah, because you learn at the same time, you get to make a difference in someone else's life, which is awesome.
Well, what's funny is oftentimes, because we're talking about masterminds, and that's often more like peers kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
But I've even found, even in that thing where I'm teaching a student something,
you learn something.
They'll say something that I would have never thought of.
Yeah.
Because they have a different point of view of something. So then they'll add something, and I get a tremendous amount of value. Sometimes I've had students say something about something in the process of me teaching them. I go implement it in my business, and I make all this money. So that's an example, even from a student to teacher relationship. But then when you're working with peers in the business world, that's a whole other level.
It's even bigger, And going back to that for a second too, is that sometimes maybe that person doesn't offer you any feedback, but just the fact that you're verbalizing something to somebody, all of a sudden you come to some epiphany, right? And
there is something magical about when you get it out of your head.
Yes.
A lot of us, I think, as entrepreneurs are kind of, we know all about our businesses and our plans and everything else, and it's all up here.
Yeah. Or
maybe even if you've written it down, but there's something really cool that happens, and I'm not even sure exactly what it is, but when you do, you have back and forth communication with someone.
Agreed. Yeah, totally. And I think that we were also talking earlier about how that works too in effect. And I'll give you an example. Like we were talking about recently, I hired a gentleman. I paid him $10,000 a day. I had him for a day. We were talking about this, to look at one of my webinars and give us feedback. And he tore it apart and give us feedback. And I call him the webinar whisperer. That's not what he calls himself, but he was certainly like a webinar whisperer. And he gave us all this feedback. We went back, we implemented it, and now we have this hit webinar. We just did one that converted 25%. We did over 70,000 in revenue on that one. A couple weeks prior to that, we did another one, which was about 60,000 in revenue, and it's awesome, totally worth it. And you were asking me, like, did he give you some great stuff? And the reality is, he didn't give us much that was really earth-shattering, but it was just stuff that we were so close to the project we didn't see it. And that was worth gold. I mean, that'll make us millions, which is amazing over the time horizon. So anyway, so you decide to jump into the internet marketing space, and you've had some great success. And if you're out there watching this, you may be somebody that I meet so many people that are really interested in the launch model, in launching something, and because people see these big numbers, very quickly. So talk, if you could, real quick about some of the great launches that you've done over the last few years I've seen you do.
Well, I've done a couple different style launches. Anything from, you'll see some of the low ticket launches, which for me, those are, I call them lead gen launches.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of other people will look at them as profit centers. I look at them as a way to introduce myself to a new audience, acquire new customers.
Yeah.
And so I've been a fan of that lately, doing lower ticket, but again, not from the point of view of the launch is the thing. It's really just the introduction to those customers so that they can then buy more stuff from me.
Exactly. And as long as you do right by them, they're just going to keep on buying.
Yeah.
Buyers remain buyers. So you've had some big launches over the last few years. You had Contest Burner.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Would I be okay saying it was seven-figure launch, basically?
Well, yeah, I've had some big launches. I mean, I think from a customer standpoint, I think my biggest, I don't think we quite broke 6,000 customers on my biggest launch. Okay. So, but
yeah,
I like launches.
Yeah, absolutely. So you had then you had Job Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
You had Member Snap.
Mm-hmm.
And so the cool thing is you may be watching this thinking, oh, I have that piece of software, or I bought that program, and so this is the guy to blame. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, Bill, you and I have been great friends for quite some time. Mm-hmm. I love hanging out with you because the stuff that comes out of your mouth is just gold, and you always just give so unselfishly, and I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah,
and that's really the theme for the Mastery Retreats. People that are really having success because they really come from that place of abundance, and they're willing to give full out, and they've got a lot to give, and they're open to receiving as well.
Yeah, and I also would say too, if somebody's considering joining up and meeting with us, that even if you think you may not be in a place where you can provide value in a mastermind, maybe you're like, I just have this small business, just starting out or whatever, you might be surprised at just how much value you could even bring to someone like myself or Daven, just in that environment.
I agree, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because when we looked at what this collaborative was going to look like, we really focused on internet marketing. And I said, whenever I get together in these masterminds where there's people that are not necessarily from internet marketing, they have these big businesses, they're experts in their field, but they're not necessarily internet marketers per se. And I always learned so much from them, and they always love the stuff that they learn from us. And so we stripped some of that stuff out and really broadened it out just a little bit, enough so that people could really, learn all types of different technologies from each other. So I'm really excited.
Me too.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you spending some time. And if you want to get more information, I'm sure there's somewhere to click on this page. So until next time, this is Daven Michaels. Live your true life adventure. See you later.